Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there was a farmer called Elsa. One day, a sinister snowstorm hit his farm. This was her story.
The snow glows white in Bombala tonight, a lot of footprint to be seen. A form of isolation, and it looks like I am the wind is howling like this swirling storm inside. My ship won't stay alive, heaven knows I've tried. Look at my flock, I am in shock. All the dead sheep lying on the floor, and some just want to be alone. For some are blind. I don't know what happened to my pregnant ears. I don't know. They won't need a move at all. Why are they? They're just stargazing. It's the middle of today. The graze on green grass every day. It's funny how some diseases make everything go wrong. And 138 sheep is a big number to lose. It's time to call my local vet to check the wheat and the crop. See the winter's on, my money's gone. Save me. Here I am, I'm the vet. You don't need to break a sweat. I will know what to do. You never see me fail. Here I stand, and here I stand. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
Good day, Elsa. I came here right away. I'm Dr. Anna, and these are my lovely vet students, Hans, Christoph, and Olaf. You gotta help me, Dr. Anna. Look, half of my pregnant ewes dropped dead in the past few weeks after the snow. I was expecting a lot of twin lambs, but now they're all gone. Oh no, that's not good. What have you been feeding your ewes? My sheep have always been grazing on improved pasture, and I've never seen a problem like this before. But it has been snowing like crazy, and the snow was up to my knees. Oh yeah, the weather is terribly cold these days. Did you give any supplemental feed? Well, not really. Okay, let's go take a look at your sheep.
So, Dr. Anna, what do you think this could be?
I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me? Each of you can give me one possible differential, and we can start with the signalment and clinical signs we know.
Well, too easy. They're all dead.
Well, duh, we can all see that.
According to the farmer, the sheep are 127 days pregnant. And as we all know, the gestation length of sheep is around 147 days on average. This means that we've got ewes that are in the late term of pregnancy. Plus, with the extreme weather, they're not eating as much and they're in constant stress.
The ewes seem quite sad. They won't eat or drink, and they seem to be blind, and they're also stargazing. A lot of them are also separated from the flock.
These signs indicate neurological disease. I think it's polioencephalitis because of the recumbency, blindness, and sudden death.
It could be.
In my opinion, it has to be hypocalcemia. Hypocalcemia in ewes can occur several weeks before until the first 2 weeks after parturition. The affected ewes can be recumbent and depressed. Since there is a lack of feed, the increased demand for calcium cannot be satisfied.
That's true too. But the signs we're seeing are not 100% matching hypocalcemia. We usually see stiff gait and muscle tremors in hypocalcemia. The depleted muscle contraction would cause constipation and also decrease rumen motility in the ewes, so they might be bloated.
I'm also thinking about pregnancy toxemia. Usually occurs in late-time gestation, especially in ewes with twin lambs. The heavy snowstorm would increase their energy requirement, and the fact that they can't graze would mean that they're put in negative energy balance. All the clinical signs are also consistent with pregnancy toxemia.
Excellent! Pregnancy toxemia would be my top differential as well, but PEM and hypocalcemia are both possible. You should also be aware that hypocalcemia can actually coexist with pregnancy toxemia.
Oh.
So, what should we do next?
I think we should do a blood test, particularly look at the blood glucose, BHB, and calcium level. We should also take some urine to check for any abnormalities.
I think a postmortem would be very useful in our case. For pregnancy toxemia, we would expect a fatty liver. We can also check BHB concentration from the CSF and the aqueous humor to make a definitive diagnosis for pregnancy toxemia. For PEM, we would see necrosis at the brain.
So, what do we see here?
Wow, all these livers are so big, pale, and fat with round edges, just like Olaf.
Manners, Hans.
And they all have twin lambs too.
There's also serious atrophy of the renal fat and pericardial fat.
Love it, love it. Also, for the urine sample, there is ketonuria. And now come take a look at this histo slide I have just prepared. This was taken from the liver. What do you guys see here?
I know. There are cytoplasmic speculation in all of the hepatocytes.
Yes, so what type of substances might be responsible for the vacuolation?
They are most likely lipid, but they could also be glycogen or glycoprotein.
Oh, we can use the oil red bone stain to stain the fat globules red and a PAS stain to stain glycogen purple.
Very good. Actually, I have some blood results from a similar case before. So we have seen hypoglycemia, hyperketonemia, hypocalcemia, azotemia, elevated liver enzyme with high AST and GLDH, and a high anion gap metabolic acidosis. Hey Elsa, so I've concluded that your sheep has pregnancy toxemia.
Toxemia? Did someone poison my sheep?
No, it simply means that your pregnant ewes are not eating enough nutrients to satisfy their energy requirement, and the babies are stripping energy off the mum. Their energy requirement will also increase when they're carrying twin lambs and under the extreme cold weather. Also, if they have any concurrent diseases like foot rot or if they have parasite, this will also make them more susceptible to the condition.
Oh, okay. But I didn't know that not having enough food will cause him go blind. Did someone poison my sheep?
Easy. This is because the ewes use their fat reserve to convert it into energy in their liver. And at this process, the liver will produce this toxic metabolite called ketone bodies. And these ketone bodies will actually cause acidosis in your ewes, which will cause the neurological signs we're seeing here.
Oh, okay. But can we do something first before I lose all my sheep?
Yes, I'll do my best to save as many as possible. But unfortunately, we will have to euthanize some of them that are down sheep and also showing neurological signs because of welfare grounds. So for the remaining sheep, let's give them some fluids and boost their energy and try to make them feel better.
Yes, do whatever you can.
Christoph, Hans, Olaf.
And the 5% dextrose.
I put some calcium borogluconate in it.
I put vitamin B and sodium bicarbonate as well.
Good. Now let's give them some sucker fluid as quickly as possible. So Elsa, after we've given them some fluids, we're going to have to induce labor and also do a C-section the next day if needed. But unfortunately, most of the baby lambs might be already dead in the uterus, but we can try to save as many moms as possible.
Okay. What about the rest of the ewes?
So for the rest of the ewes, we can give them some oral fluids to prevent them from getting sick. And for the blind ones, maybe you can put them in a shed so they won't bump into things and you can closely monitor them.
Will they be alright after the treatment?
The fluid is only a temporary source of energy for them, so in long term, we have to make sure that they're getting enough feed.
Okay, so I've measured pasture the other day with a rising play meter. It rates about 500 kilogram dry matter per hectare. I've also estimated the digestibility of my pasture, and about 90% of it is short green grass with 72% digestibility. Is that alright?
That's good you're keeping track of your pasture dry matter quantity. But 500 kilogram DM per hectare is not quite enough. With 72% digestibility, your ewes will need at least 700 kilogram DM per hectare for the last month of pregnancy, and even higher during lactation, especially if they're carrying twins. It is crucial to identify and separate these ewes so that they can be fed accordingly. I've got a good rule of thumb of how much you should feed them. This table shows the DSE requirement according to their stage of pregnancy. One way we can do this is to give them some good quality roughage and concentrate like cereal and barley grains in addition to grazing, so we can satisfy their energy requirement. Okay, is there anything else I can do better? Actually, I've also noticed that some of your sheep are quite well fed, but actually being too well conditioned and under conditioned both increase the risk of pregnancy toxemia. So it is a good idea to condition score your ewes and adjust the feed accordingly. The ideal body condition score should be 2.5 to 3 6 weeks before lambing, and 2 to 2.5 at lambing. So maybe next time if you anticipate any extreme weather condition, you can provide some shelter for them to hide, and also try to avoid doing too much stressful handling at the time, like crutching or transporting them, especially in the last month of pregnancy. Also, if they have any other diseases like foot rot or if they have any parasite burdens, this might also decrease their feed intake, which is not good. So at that time, you can call me.
Do you wanna build a snowman?
No, I'm gonna go check up on my vet students.
Okay, bye.